Okay, so PPSI has been on watch pre-market. It's been climbing and it broke its daily high actually. So this one doesn't look so bad. But I'm not really sure if it can go all the way back up to 13. It definitely has the potential. I mean, it's done it before, so it can definitely go back again. I'm just not super confident in it. The setup here in general looks pretty good, especially if it can break its high of basically $9. If it can break its daily high of $9 and it looks solid, so that'd be the overall target, which it's not far away. It's literally right there. So let me see. PPSI is on watch. We also have RNXT from yesterday. That one's also on watch. Not really too sure what it's doing. I haven't checked up on it, but it's always good to keep the previous stocks or previous movers on watch as well. So RNXT, this one's kind of fading already. It's opening below its daily, but because it's opening so low, we could potentially see a bounce. It's just how choppy it was yesterday. I don't know. I mean, I was obviously profitable on it, but I don't know. The chart right now just doesn't look the best, but it'll be in the background regardless. COGT is also on watch, but I mean, I don't know what to watch here for. Like, I don't know why this is on my scans actually. I don't know why it's the second leading gapper. I mean, if it does show potential, then 11 would be our target, I guess. Once it holds above these levels. So 950 to 11, that's like our target, but even then, I don't know. I don't have much confidence in it. AGC is another one. AGC doesn't look super bad. We can go for the daily high on this one actually. High is 1545. Again, this one's out of my price range though. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. So here's market open. I don't really know where support's at here if I'm being honest. It's whatever. Okay, so let's go to DSEY. This one's popping up on the scans. I don't really like the daily. PPSI, go back to this one. So the PPSI on the 5-minute and 10-minute looks like it's crossing here. This could be a 10-minute setup if anything. I like how the 1-minute is curling though. Just not really confident in the 5 or 10-minute. The 10-minute would have to finish above its last 10-minute high, which is 835. So it'd have to break that high for me to be super interested in it and actually hold at that level. Right now it's just holding VWAP, but the 5 minutes crossing here. So this is going to be a multiple 5-minute setup, I believe. I do like how it's holding though. So there's a nice rip, 40. So that would have been a nice trade if I actually took this entry. I was debating, but I didn't want to risk it. I also don't want to just wait it out like yesterday, where it was crossing on I think the 1 minute, and I was like, I can't take that. And the next thing you know, it just rips. So this one's a similar thing. I should have taken this entry here at 23. It's all the way at 50 now. Could have definitely taken a position, but obviously didn't make that move there. So 51's 57's the high now. Where do we have room to? So 875. The daily high would be the target, which is 9. So I have till 9. Let's see if this can hold this range though. I want to make sure that this is actually going to hold. I can get in here on a dip for the next 1-minute pullback. See if we can get a rip. There's a huge seller at 60 though. I'm gonna buy the dip here. Wasn't filled. Try to buy 500 shares at 41. Wasn't filled. Pulling back a little too much now. Should I wait for another 5-minute setup? See if it can break through 60. This is somewhat sideways consolidation. I would like to see it finish closer to 50 though. But I'm curious to see if in the last couple seconds if this is going to pull back too much on the 1 minute, or if we're going to get another 1-minute pullback candle here towards VWAP. So here's VWAP. It's a flush through VWAP. Hit a support at 807, I think. Don't like that I rejected that level though, so I'm just gonna wait on it. Now the 5 minutes crossing doesn't look the best. 10-minute also doesn't look the best. Still has this little bit of gap to fill on the daily, so the low is 630. I think I'm gonna have to wait for this one to set up better, especially on the 5 minute or 10 minute. But that's gonna be a while, I'm sure, so we'll just wait it out. FOSL is popping up on the scans here. This one doesn't look too bad. 20-cent spreads though, or 10 to 15. But the 1 minute high is 1920. We can potentially get in for that break. So there's a break of the 1 minute high by 10 cents. It's kind of choppy. I mean, it's not really moving on the ask. Big spreads as well. I'm not super confident in it. COGT is moving as well. Again, I don't know why this is popping on my scans. It's moving cents at a time. Root. Okay, Root doesn't look too bad either. Root is coming up to its 200 though. I already tapped its 200 up here. Whether it can break that level and hold above it, that's another question. I'm not really sure if it can do it. Knowing how everything else is kind of failing right now, not really sure if this one's the one. Don't really know where there's support or resistance here either. RNXT, let's see if this one's doing anything. RNXT is popping up here above VWAP. 69. 10-cent spread just about. 70 now. I don't know, this one needs more volume in my opinion. Not a bad move though. Nice pop through VWAP, now it's hitting 780. Kind of choppy though, just because it's light on volume. I don't know where my resistance points are on this one. There's one, I guess. It's another. Somewhere there. We got a bigger one up here. I don't know. I'd wait for more volume on RNXT. I want to see that I can actually hold. HNST is also moving. Again, I don't know why this one's on my scans. PPSI. Pop towards VWAP there. Now it's kind of rejecting. So I don't mind that it's pulling back here. It just needs to hold above 8 for sure. And I would love to see this 5-minute candle finish green. If we can get this back above closer to 8 or especially above 820, that would look solid for another climb. So I would like this 5-minute candle to finish high. Like I think it's doing a really good job here bouncing above 8. So there's 820. See if it can pop and hold above 820. If it can, then we can definitely see this move back to 860. Really nice pop there. It's above VWAP. See if it can hold. Don't want to see it flush. Got a couple more minutes for the next 5-minute candle. So there's 830 now. Really nice. I'm probably going to take 500 shares on this one just because it's not a huge mover. Got to be mindful though about the whole thing. So there it's back below VWAP, which I don't want to see. Needs to get back above 825. So again, I want to see this 5-minute finish green. I'm not talking like borderline green how it is here. I want to see it finish, around 825, 830. That's where I'd realistically want to see this thing end up at. Just because the 10-minute doesn't look the best if it's finishing that low. So 10 minutes about to open here. And if it can open high, if we can open around 830, this definitely looks like it has a lot more potential to break its 10-minute high of 860. So this thing has to get in that range sometime soon. This isn't one I'd want to hold very long though, just because of this pop and fade, and this one had a huge pop and then a huge rejection. So not one to hold very long, but I don't know. We'll see if there's a potential trade here pretty soon. So here's the last minute of the 5-minute. So here we are back to 830. If this can pocket to 840, that would look great as well. I want this to finish pretty high, but again, I wouldn't get in just yet. I'd be getting in for the 5-minute curl and the 10-minute high break. So I do like how it's finishing high above VWAP here, and the 1-minute MACD's crossing or curling. Same with the 5-minute. The 5-minute looks like it's curling as well in the MACD. So everything's looking solid. 10 minutes kind of looks okay. Kind of not so sure about it, but we'll see within this next couple seconds here. There's the break at 840. See if we can get a pullback candle here. So I should have bought that dip right there. That would have been a really nice dip to buy. Huge mistake on my part for not buying that. At 8, I think it dipped to 830 for a second. Really clean move there. Missed my entry. We'll get in again though. Not a big deal. There's a flush all the way back to 840. Not a flush necessarily, but rejection. So it broke its 10-minute high and now it's just rejecting. Back to 830. 870 to 830. 5-minute doesn't look good at all. So that was the rip to get in on. Just didn't take that entry. Let's check on RNXT, I guess. Let's watch this one break its 1-minute low here. I'm not too surprised, honestly, just because of how bad the initial rejection was. So I wasn't expecting such a good pullback. Like I said, I'm not surprised that this happened just because it happened over here as well. So big green candle, 2 red, big green big green candle, and then massive red candle. So I don't know. This one can't hold its levels, so that's why I also mentioned earlier. This is one to sell out on pretty quickly, just because it's not like RNXT yesterday where it just surged through all its half and whole dollars. So let's see what this one's doing. This one's back towards VWAP. Again, still really light on volume. 1-minute MACD looks like it's crossing here, so I don't think this one is going to do anything today. If anything, later in the afternoon, maybe, but even then, I don't think so. This one's popping on the scans. Not really feeling it. PPSI again here. I took an entry here at 830. We're going for the 1-minute high to break. 37.40. So it would have made like 8 cents there. 500 shares. I don't know. Oh, it was a quick pop to 850 there. I'm really confused on this one. I don't think I'm gonna trade it. The market's been real choppy this week for sure. I'm really confused as to some of the even on RNXT yesterday, it was so choppy. I'm surprised I stayed in that long or that I was that confident on it. I missed some big trades. I missed some big trades on it, but I'm glad where I ended up. I'm glad I finished up at least. I just need to work on that hesitation. So for example, right here, I should have taken my entry. Even here in this next 1 minute, should have taken my entry. This 1 minute should have taken my entry. Quick 5-10 cents, whatever. But I mean, that's still money regardless. The awesome thing though is that we are at 2,300 now. We're getting close. We're only 400 off, which isn't too far away, honestly. We're only 400 off of my initial investment of 2,700, so not too far away. COGT popping on the scans again. I don't know. I do like this 1 minute sideways consolidation here, especially for another 5 minute high break. I think I might take an entry here if I'm being honest. Don't want to be too late on my entry. I'm gonna, well, bad fill. It's 55. I'm gonna sell here. Cancel my order. That kind of sucks. Bad fill. So lost $1 on that. I was trying to get in at 45, but I accidentally got in at 48. Good thing I sold though. Didn't hold its level. That kind of sucks. I lost in commissions there. Wasn't filled entirely. It's all right though. We can look for another entry. That would suck. This $1 would end my whole red or my green streak. I was on like a 6-day win streak here, I think. That's gonna be so upsetting. I'm not gonna try and make it back like, oh my god, I need to. I'm only down $1. If I make it worse, then what? You know what I mean? Wouldn't want to give back 500 out here. So 1 minute MACD's curling here, crossing. I don't know. I thought this one could take off a little better. If I actually got filled properly and then sold in this position, I'd be green right now, no doubt. But I just wasn't filled entirely. I thought I got in at 45, like I said, but clearly not. So now it's holding its levels, popping back above. So that's actually crazy to see. I wonder why it popped like that. Big seller at 860, so I know where I'd be selling if I got in. Kind of weird why it popped up like that. I didn't expect that. If this 5 minute candle can hold this range, I would definitely be getting in for the next 5 minute high to rip. Wow, look at that. All the way to 870. Broke through 860 like nothing. I looked away for just a second and it broke like that. I looked at my phone because I got a notification and then I see this huge rip. I was debating whether I should enter on this candle too, just because it wasn't looking too bad for an entry, but that actually kind of sucks. I looked away. I thought it was going to pull back again or hold this range. That's what I kind of wanted, was for it to hold this range and then rip through, but I don't know. Next 10 minutes going to open here pretty soon. I want to get in for pullback on the 10 minutes so we can break that 10-minute high. 10-minute high here is 870. This one's such a weird stock. It's so choppy. I don't know. If this can pull back to 840 or even VWAP on a huge dip, I might buy it. But I want to see it pop up before I take an entry. So if it does dip, I'm not going to buy the dip. I'm just going to wait for that initial entry. Big seller at 65 here. A lot more sellers stacked at 75. Double top double top of 70. There's 75, 80. We're gonna get the breakthrough 9 though. 9 is still the daily high. That's the overall target. I completely forgot about that. So still want to wait for a pullback on this one. I'm just gonna wait. Sideways consolidation candle. I'll definitely take an entry. And I'd be holding for the break of 9. Take an entry here, 500 shares at 77. See if we get the break of 9 here. Actually just gonna sell it. I'm not gonna bother. Could get the break of 9, but just the way how it's shooting and then dropping, shooting, dropping, I'm just gonna put myself green. And I think I think I'm just gonna walk away here, guys, if I'm being totally honest. So bought the dip right there, was looking for the 1 minute high to break. It surged up. Didn't break the high, double topped at the high, and then pulled back all the way back to my, I guess, initial entry. So maybe it might break 9. Definitely has a potential in the 10 minute and the 5 minute for sure, but wrong candle to get in on, I guess. I wouldn't really want to be holding through this entire pullback here because it's finishing kind of low. I'm expecting another 1 minute pullback. That would be best if we get another 1 minute pullback and then a surge through 9, but I wouldn't want to see this below 850 for sure. So I can take an entry here at 86, let's say, for the 1 minute high to break. I think it has potential. It's 87, 88, 89, 90. Big seller at 90. So I'm not in, but just kind of guessing on a trade if I did take an entry at 86. Definitely be red on it right now if I was. Not by much though. It did break its 5 minute high barely. So 90. Oh, it actually double topped. So 90 by 90. Now it's rejecting. So I'd have to sell for a loss here if I was to take an entry. There's a good pullback. Let's see if this can finish high though. If this can finish around 880, then it would look pretty solid for another entry for the break of 9. Okay, so it's didn't finish high, but I would like to see it hold its range. If it can't hold its range here and it just rejects, then I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Like if it breaks through 850 and flushes to VWAP or something, then for sure it's done. Even now, I think I'm kind of done. I mean, 33 bucks. It's not a whole lot, but I'm glad to have put myself green at least. This one's such a tricky stock. I'm not confident on holding a position on it. It's had 2 major ejections so far. I wouldn't be surprised if it does it again up here. I do like how this candle's kind of holding its level though. We could potentially see another 1 minute high break for the break of 9, but the MACD on the 1 minute doesn't look the best. It looks like it's about to cross here again, or it's forming that cross type of formation, I guess. Huge seller at 75. See if this 1 minute candle can break. So there's 80. Can we get a rip through to 9? Might take another 1 minute candle to break that 90 spot. And then once we break through 90, we got 9 to break. And then from there, are we going to see a huge flush? You know, are we going to see a rip through 9 and burst through high at data 950? We're going to have to see. The next 1 minute candle is going to open here pretty soon. 85 is the high right now. 87. See if it triple tops at 90. I wouldn't want it to break 90 on this candle. I think it would have more momentum if it broke on this next 1 minute candle. So here's 55, 6, 57. Next 1 minute's about to open. There's the next 1 minute. Let's see if we get that rip through 90 and a push through 9. So it seems like there's a hidden seller at 87 there. It's not breaking 87 for some reason. Double top at 87 and a triple top at 90. So there's 90, 97, breakthrough 9. Huge seller stacked up at 9. 170,000 share seller at 9. And after 9, we still got another seller at 910, I believe, if I saw it right. 901, 902 also have pretty big sellers there. So not quite the break of 9 I was looking for. It did rip and push to about 97. So I could have taken an entry there, but I don't have much confidence in this stock, so I'm not going to bother risking it. I'm going to wrap it up here. Oh, okay, let's see if we get the breakthrough down on this candle actually. So micro pullback, 96. Mm, 97, 98, 99. There's 908. So there's the break, 915. Really nice break there. 20. I'm curious to see if this is actually going to flush or what this is going to do. 5-minute high broke there, same with the 10-minute high. Really nice trade for those who got in. But is this going to hold? There's a quick dip down to 910, 905. Is this going to break below 9 again? 910 on the bid. So far, sideways consolidation. I think this still has potential for another entry here on a micro pullback. If this pulls back to 9 or breaks a little below 9, we actually have support at 9. So if this popped down to 9, or even right here, I could take an entry for the next 5-minute high to break, because this 1 minute candle looks pretty solid. It's sideways consolidation here. Actually looks really good for a break of the 5-minute high, which is at 924. So let's just say I bought in at 908 here. 908 would be my entry, let's just say. And I'd be going for the next 1 minute high to break the 5-minute high here of 24. So I'm probably a little too early on my entry. It's breaking the 1 minute low now. And that's usually why I wait to the last couple seconds, because something like that could happen. But then again, if this actually holds 9 and then rips through, then we'd still have a good entry. There's 908 again. I'd hate to see this thing flush below 9 though. It looks like it wants to, because 905 is right here, getting real close to 9, but we have a big buyer at 9. So it's 901. So hit 9 for a second, but we still have a big buyer there. So there's 908, 914. See if we get a rip through 20. 17, 19, 20. 24 is the high that we need to break. Big seller at 20. 22 now. 24, 25. So we got a 1 cent break so far. So my entry wouldn't have been terrible, but I would have definitely had to hold through this consolidation for the potential breakthrough 9, expecting a flush or something. So I don't know. Not the best trade. It would have been a sloppy one for sure, but I'm not going to take it. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. Enough of this fake trading, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take my actual P&L and walk away. 33 bucks, nothing, crazy. I think overall in the week I'm up like what? I finished up 20 on Tuesday and then another 110. So I'm about 160 in the green this week, which is pretty good. I mean, knowing how choppy it's been and stuff, like today, I didn't even expect to make any money today. But I don't know, up 33 bucks, nothing crazy. but still glad to be in the green. So anyways, with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow.